Hello and welcome to Pagan Plays Europa Universalis IV, this time with Golden Century, the new immersion pack from Paradox Interactive. We are here in playing Portugal. So, you guys know about Golden Century. It's a kind of rework to Iberia, mostly just a little bit of immersion to it. Not a lot of features added, but mostly focuses and unit models added to the game for Castile, Aragon, Spain, Navarra, Granada, the Maghreb area. It's all well and good. We are going to be playing as Portugal as per the channel vote. So, with the Reconquista almost complete in the Iberian Peninsula, almost entirely in the Christian hands, the Kingdom of Portugal has turned its attention to the shores of Africa with the conquest of Ceuta in 1415. The founder of the Avis dynasty, João I, have already made the first inroads in the Moorish homeland, a policy that his grandson, still young, Alfonso V, will continue to the best of his abilities. It is, however, through the work of Alfonso's uncle, Dom Henrique, Henry the Navigator, that Portugal will leave its mark upon the world. Under Henrique's direction, Portugal has made great leaps in shipbuilding and navigation, embarking on expeditions long past Cape Bojador in the south, seeking gold, spices, and perhaps a legendary kingdom of Prester John. Portuguese sailors are about to undertake voyages all over the globe. They are reaching in new continents as well as India, Indonesia, and even China and Japan in the east. Indeed, Portuguese sailors might one day circumnavigate the entire globe. As of 1444, Alfonso is still a minor, with the daily rule of the kingdom entrusted to his uncle Dom Pedro, Duke of Coimbra. Dom Pedro's regency has been fraught with difficulties in controlling the strong Portuguese nobility at court, but the dukes has so far been able to apply strength in royal power at their expense. As Alfonso grows older, however, other forces at court will try to control him, hoping to use the young king for their own designs. That is Portugal's situation in the world. We are Catholic, we have the monarchy kingdom, and that just explains the Holy Roman Empire. We are here in Portugal. So, a couple of, I would say, base rules. Number one, because I don't know how much they've actually changed to navigation in this game. However, usually when I was playing as Portugal before in my own time, it would just be really easy to go straight for the Americas coming right at the gate, because you start as Portugal having your own explorer before anyone else in the game, so it's very easy to go do that. Now, I don't think you can. If I just split this in half, 2, that means the other one's 3. Diogo Gomez. If I send them out to explore, currently, it just says I can go for West Africa, which seems about right. It used to go for North Atlantic. So let's hope that they don't just let us go straight for America right off the bat. But other than that, I think we're going to go for a building tall with Portugal. Trying to go for India as quickly as possible, or 1498, I think, is exactly when Vasco da Gama made it there. But until then, it is to build a nice trade empire using Portugal, not taking any lands inside of Europe, and limiting our expansion to Africa, Asia, and Brazil and America. I'm not going to go to the rest of the Americas, just specifically Brazil. Just to kind of keep it a home rule, we're going to need to have to control a lot of the trade coming into Seville, which unfortunately is not an end node anymore, but it'll have to do. Bordeaux is an end... No, you're not even an end node. It goes up to the English Channel, Genoa, and Venice. Unfortunate that we don't get it, but we will have to build a trade empire anyway. As for us, we got a little bit of an army. Spain is willing to be buddy-buddy, but they don't exactly like my ally. England, it's going to be another house rule. I have to keep that alliance at all possible, because that is an ancient alliance. It's one of the longest running alliances in the world. So we're going to try and placate Castile as much as possible, but also keep on with English help. Then as for us, we need rivals in... Sure. Let's see. Did you rival Aragon? I want to make sure I rival everyone you did. Good. You rival Aragon. So we get Aragon out there. Gonna go for Granada just because they'll die fairly quickly, and then Morocco because we are going to make further inroads into Morocco until anything else happens. Then with my fleets, the other fleet, you specifically can just go and hunt pirates in Seville. You can protect trade. Looking around the map, one of the big things about the free patch that will be coming out with Golden Century is the changes to the Iberian map, including more provinces in Galicia. I think there was one extra province added. I think it might have been something like here. Coimbra and Avario were split up, because everything else looks roughly the same. There is now 4 provinces in what's called Upper Andalusia. Or was Lower Andalusia then? Really? I guess these because these are hills and that's River Valley. Makes sense to me. Upper Andalusia and Lower Andalusia. Granada, they hate me, but who cares? They'll fall fairly quickly. We got 1 fort there. Mostly just mountain provinces is what keeps them alive. It's not going to last forever. Aragon now has multiple islands for the Minorcas. And yeah, a lot of these provinces got changed around. Couldn't even tell you all of them. Navarra is no longer coastal power. Sad for them. And now down here, if we wanted, we could go and colonize this part of the Canary Islands. Let's see, what's that called? It's called Tenerife. We can also establish holy orders because we are an Iberian nation. Is that something we can do? Local construction costs, military costs, cultural conversion cost, or monthly devastation down and local unrest. That could be pretty good. We can also expel the minorities through colonization. I think that'll be pretty good in North Africa. Just get rid of all those pesky minorities. Maybe down to Arguin. Arguin. Yeah. You. Do the West African Sea first, then we'll do West African coast. We need to get ready on that. You put Earl of Avranches in charge and just start doing that for now. Don't really need too much. We don't make much money, but I'm gonna need to get this military score up. Land maintenance modifier or fort defense. Fort defense might be useful down in Suerta if we ever do get a war with them, so you can go. And I want focus on the military, even though diplomatic would be good to get our diplomatic out, but yeah, military at the beginning of the game is just too good. So we got the house rules done. We got some provincial unrest in Suerta, so I'm gonna have to keep that fort on. This fort, the basic plan is to keep friends with Castile, so don't really need that much. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, if we do end up having to take land in Europe, it'll be given to vassals like Leon, Galicia, Asturias is up here. Not too much left in this region, but yeah, vassals, puppets, that kind of thing. Client states, whatever those are called in the late game. Past that, we can start, let's see, your enemies are Aragon, my enemy is Aragon. Aragon also considers France an enemy, but France doesn't like England. England doesn't like anyone. Gonna improve my relations with you then. Granada doesn't matter. You can go ahead and just have some spy network towards you. We have merchants from Tunis and Safi sent into Seville. Seems to be fine for me. As for us, ah-ha-ha! Now this is good. A completely new Portuguese tree. The English alliance, let's see, the opinion of England has to come up and is on the following must be true. On the following, allied with England, Beyond Cape Bohradar, we need colonists. Launch a flagship. We need to do that when it comes. I wonder, is there... How would you do that? Build a flagship. That's something we can do, but later. Because we don't have the money. So we'll let that go for now. Good, we have an alliance with the Castile. The Castellanos did hurt our opinion with the Brits, but that'll have to do for now. We can humiliate rival on Aragon. You there, I need to royal marriage you. Because you could use that too with your terrible, terrible heir. Maybe we can get a de vis on there. You went for support Vladislav. Yep, there's a Jagellion. And there's the PLC. As for us, Castile, you also deserve a royal marriage. Come on, guys, we're all brothers. Stop it. Stop this bickering. Stop the fighting. Stop it. Competitive advantage. Total navy at least 100% of one's force limit. Okay. Well, I need 2 more ships to get over 100% of the force limit. Meaning that it's as simple as going to this fleet and saying, Give me 2 of those. Give me 2 number 9s. As for us, we're going down here. Nice. Starting to see the coast. This is our lovely little jumping off point for colonial trade. You're done. You can now explore West African coast. Go ahead. Also, you can see that Morocco, if you haven't been keeping up, has been split into Marrakesh as one of Morocco's vassals, Sousse as a Moroccan vassal, and Tafilalt. Also, it sounds like that train outside is starting to heat up. If you hear a very loud engine noise, that will be that. As for us, what you doing? You there. I should say, any damage, go away. You, we don't have anything there, but we're not making enough money. We're making just barely positive. Lisboa, we're not going to need that fort on right now. You, go to Diego Gomez. Anything more you can explore? No, and I actually prefer it that way. So at the moment, protect trade in Seville. So, now we know about the lands down here, the Mali, the Jolof, and the numerous provinces that are on the coast. We don't have any way of really doing anything with that, so we'll just leave it there. Then, as for us, you there, you're going to get your just desserts. You, I need to improve relations with my helpful allies. Do not attack me, please. Suerta is going to be quite the problem. At the very least, what we can do is just leave that on. Aha! English alliance. What does it give me? The alliance between England and Portugal has stood for generations and will continue to do so for many generations to come. Gain permanent claim on Galicia and Asturias. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. Because, yeah, now we have the ability to take their lands. You... Enemy of enemy, so that will help. Alliance and historical friend will hopefully just stick around. Yeah, sure, give me a permanent claim on Galicia and Asturias. Sure. Les Lyonnais. The king started influence Navarra. Surrender of Maine. Ah, so the restoration of the Union War has begun. Well, I don't want to get a part of that. Dissolve the alliance? No. Oh wait, what's this? Ah, competitive advantage. 50 diplomatic power and 15 naval tradition. Then the conquer of Tangiers. So we need to own Tangiers. Then we need to expand the buffer zone, own all of that. Wow, that's a long buffer zone. Well, we just happen to have 20 right there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attack Morocco right now. They're allied to the Tugort, the Yogurt. They are enemies of the Tunis, but the Tunis don't like me. I could... No, they don't. You kind of like me. In a war against Morocco, because you actually don't have that... Moroccan treaties, Maghreb coast, and naval force limit. They don't have the really, really penalizing... What was it? Not annexation cost. It was... Core creation cost modifier. They don't have that anymore. I wonder, does Wallachia still have that? Wallachia, do you still have those ideas? Yeah, hostile core creation cost, plus 50%. Wallachia still has that. Morocco does not. That's good for me. That's good for me because now we can actually expand there. We can attack them at some point, but I don't know how am I going to do that. Without support from the Castilians, they would help, but they'd probably want something from it. Like maybe over here, where we can actually make... A one province core. Naval research wrong. Negative prestige or lose a little bit of diplo points. At prestige, power projection currently global shade power. I can I'll lose the prestige. We'll ignore them. We cannot possibly be wrong. Navarre is now a vassal under Castile, as you might expect. Morocco's declared... Ooh! Well then, if Morocco's away, maybe we can get something going. That truce is not up. We don't have any truces with you. Pull back from that. You... Maybe get your army in place. What do you got for armies? We can get 4 more units, but we we don't have, like, the money to suspend it. We'd also need to consider, would you even want land? You, specifically. What are you thinking about? Think about the coast. I should also put down some of my concerns. Look at my own nation. Apparently, I need those provinces. Right? Because there's conquer and then expand the buffer zone. Saleh, for some reason, not on there. Not my problem. Then Lusturian Empire intervene in Castile. What? Capilla launch a flagship. Owned all provinces and what? Own all oh man. So I would need to take over a whole lot to be able to intervene in Castile. The Castilian succession has been a question on numerous occasions. Portuguese intervention has been a decided factor to outcome. That would be a rather odd situation. It would be a reverse of the Iberian Union. Colonize the Caribbean, colonize West Africa, and go westward. Colonize the Caribbean. Strange that go westward and colonize the Caribbean are not in the same area, but it's not my problem. Not my problem. That is against the grain. We don't get anything from going all the way down the Stroke Streets. Just ideas here. You, Morocco. So, we have a Regency Council. We have a Regency Council. We have Infante Pedro. It's going to be another 2 years until we can get that up and running. It's kicking in a high gear. We got the Tlemcen, Morocco. Yeah, Tlemcen seems to be in dire straits. Doesn't seem like that's going to go too well for them. And we now rule our glorious names of Alfonso V de Avis. Personal union on monarch death. With whom? Between England and Castile. What do you know? Come on, guys. It's supposed to be another 100 years until we historically have that problem. Come on. Give me some slack. Come on. You? Let's make sure we can't explore anything more. We shouldn't be able to. You can probably come down here. Or, no. With Gibraltar there, while it would be nice to have military access through your lands, I will have to go through normal means to get over to Ceuta. Castile is good news. Good news, everyone! With the combined Portuguese navy, this should be more than enough to keep the straits blocked, but the problem would be they have a strong navy. The Duke of Coimbra. King Alfonso was 6 years old when he became the King of Portugal. For the first 6 years of his reign, the country has been ruled by Duke Coimbra. Don Alfonso has had no reason to complaint by most accounts. His regency has been just an efficient one. However, the young king reaching majority. I guess because he's a minor, now he's a major. There are now many in our court who try to influence on their king. The jealous of the duke's influence of the nobleman has been trying to sow discord between him and the king, trying to frame him as a would-be rebel. In the last attempt to amend the relations, the Duke of Coimbra has arrived in the number of retainers to seek an audience with Duke Alfonso. It is true. It's death to him and his men. Or, for the rule of Alfonso de Avis, trade efficiency and national tax. More money is better for me. He's a dear friend, you see. As for you, the Castilians would back us up. With Castilian support. We got a decent little army here. They are partially concerned about this war against Tlemcen. We would put our stand on just landing in Ceuta. The Castilians would have something to do with their time. They have a large navy as well. Let's put the navies together. Trade navy. We need all your strength. Your navy. We need all your strength. Can you not move? Oh, you're them. If we just stay in the Straits of Gibraltar, it's not considered an inland sea, I believe. So we would be able to get our normal bonus. You, with the backing of Castile, our ally, we will take Tangiers. Morocco's allied to Turgut, and maybe, I don't know, maybe kick out Marrakesh to make it easier for us to eat up later. But Turgut doesn't need to be brought in. We will fight or die. Well, one or the other. Put our army there for now. A nice early victory in the war. Did we get something out of that? Who knows? However, just looking around. Your fleet is moored up in the north. We get... Look at our numbers. We have more troops. We have more and better ships. Though they do have 3 heavies, which is unfortunate. From Morocco. So we're going to have to be running into them pretty soon. More men, more ships. We just got to focus on this siege and do nothing else. You have no siege. Get you off there. Put you there. And that is where I'll be ending this episode. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.